the
So are
amount.
they basically closed at the moment?
No, they're running with a skeleton staff, not a skeletal staff. But it's extremely dangerous right now. I don't know if you're aware of how much danger is going on in town. The people are poor, hungry, starving. They're running out of many basic supplies. I mean, it's not good. So we're also, just so you know, we are going to try to keep this place, but everybody has their go bag ready.
Right.
So, if shit gets really bad, then we're going to try to make our way either out or to a Clem's, depending on what we think we can get to, and get the fuck out. But we're working on keeping this place up and keeping it in good with both the fucking Nazi types who we normally serve and the people who will probably be beheading them at some point.
What seems to be causing the famine? Is it the fact that the Chris have stopped working?
Exactly right. They got super dependent on them because they've been working away for decades, and then suddenly everything stopped, and the technology that stopped originally, back in the before 4 days or whatever the fuck they call it, that didn't come back. First technology stopped, magic was discovered, they all got heavily invested in that, and now the magic has stopped. Well, not completely. For people with strong minds, it's almost like nothing has changed, but considering that a lot of the people were like simple farmers and stuff, running like Chris harvesters and things like that, no. And because of that, and it's not just the crops, although that's the really obvious thing, almost every facet of their society is permeated by magic. But don't worry, Doc Fulton said he will bring the magic back. Unfortunately, he didn't say when. Could be another 100 years. We don't know.
So I hear there's a couple of merchants that have been buying up all the Chris that stopped working. Does that sound right?
Some of the merchants at first started to buy up the Chris. When things stopped working, the price began to plummet. People began to buy it. Then people stopped selling. Then the government said stop. They put a stop to even making new Chris. Everybody now is sitting on their Chris pile because they can't afford to sell it for what it's now worth. And so they're gambling that the magic will come back at some point. We do have a guy who, like, if he needs something recharged, he knows a guy who can do it illegally. Well, not recharge, he basically changes the Chris, because all those guys work for the government who can change Chris, enchant Chris, all that stuff. He knows a guy who can change Chris because it's not an easy thing, apparently. And a couple of the guys have been paying him to do it. The problem is that the guy tries it, and if it doesn't work, you're still out the money. And apparently, they followed him to where he was supposed to go, even though they weren't supposed to. But I don't know which one they were. I was busy with other things, sorry. But so he's nervous about going to see that guy. Because the guy is really a skittish contact. He doesn't want to get in trouble with the army. Because, when they say you and whose army, that's that one. So If you could put the word out not to follow that guy, I don't know who did it, but when he goes out to get people's Chris replaced, I mean, it's expensive. It's like 7 or 10 gold, something like that, to replace a Chris in the glasses thing. But that's his only contact. After that guy, if that guy gets spooked by people following him out, we're going to lose our only contact for that. I mean, plus he said he had to fight a Minotaur and play a riddle game and shit just to fucking be able to see this guy. Every time. Fortunately, he's good at riddles.
Interesting.
A lot's happened. Also, we had a van with a couple of dead hippies in it fall through the roof. The guys should be getting it out soon.
Ah, yes, I heard them put it in the garage.
That's great.
Let's have the lads maybe strip that down for parts.
All right. Fortunately, there was only a small hole in the roof from where the van punched through, so it won't take any time at all to get it repaired.
I look at Vincent and smile.
While they're doing this, can I stealthily go up to the dead hippies and maybe pocket their wallets?
Vince is when you look over to Vince, you see him like trying to over exaggeratedly sneak out of the room.
Don't worry about it. I'll be back.
The manager kind of looks over and he goes. He makes like subtle hand signs, and a couple of guys like follow Vince at a distance. Jay, give me a signaling roll.
And this is how I'm going to lose my teeth.
Cool. All right, welcome to new skill time. We'll get you that new skill checks eventually, Jay. Woo! All right, so you notice whatever he did was done in such a fashion that he could have just been like scratching his leg or something, and but apparently a couple other guys, purely by coincidence, got up and went after him when he did that. So yeah, there's weird shit going on. Wrestling Rat is just sitting there going, something's up. I don't know what. I'm not being adversely affected by it, but I feel like something's up. It's kind of like...
As long as I get my cut.
Well, then you're fine. Yeah, okay.
It's all right if they fund some of their little black ops through here, as long as I'm getting mine.
Okay, well, in that case, yeah, everything's fucking peachy.
Hey, Rad, you're making bad business decisions now.
What's that?
Well, now
the
that you discovered
still sitting at the table.
Now that you discovered that little error, it should be 410 gold.
Zicky raises an eyebrow slightly. He looks at Rad. He says, I think you've got...
Don't worry. Zicky's already assured me that he'll take care of that little shortfall. Isn't that right, Zicky?
We're going to work on it. We'll do our best, but the shortfall did come up because we're trying to keep the people from burning down your building. You wish us to continue doing this, or shall we just stop?
Oh, no, keep up the goodwill effort.
All right. We've also been trying to just convince people, if they're wanting to have bonfires and protest chants, to do it in a different district, any district, because we don't fire. Apparently, building materials here are usually wood sealed with thatch on top, kind of like big matches. Meanwhile, Vince, you are looking desperately for the hippies and stuff. You want to just prowl around the building looking for dead hippies?
No. I guess I just go back.
Right. Using exaggerated sneaking motions, he comes back into the room and steals back into his chair and then sits there looking as though he has never left.
Rad, one option is, since property values are dropping so hard right now, you start buying up all the buildings around the Waddle, leveling them all, and then later on, with the hopes of rebuilding a whole recreation area. Golden Waddle, little hotel, little of this.
Zicky says, you could do that. It is a high-risk venture. The whole city may be burned down soon, but if you just want the land, I guess that works. But I also had another thought that I don't know if it's a good thing or not, but we are only serving the really wealthy here. There's a lot less of them than there are really poor people, or at least middle-class people. There's untapped markets, especially if the other bars were, to suffer unfortunate burning down incidents and stuff. which could be arranged easily. And I mean, these things happen during revolution. Don't know how far you want to push it, or anything like that, or how interested you are in this area, because there's a lot of zones with new ones popping up every day and stuff.
Right, there's plenty to consider.
I just wanted to bring it up. I hope it'll be a help. By the way, some additional resources and stuff have been found by, Logan tries to remember the name, the miner.
Hornsby?
Card. Yes, Hornsby, along with the new assistant you have sent him. Do you remember the guy you sent after him? Was it Cage? You sent another dude off to help him because the PCs find people and then you assign them to... Most of the PCs just throw anybody they find into the embassy to aid with their overpopulation problem, whereas you assign them jobs and make them work for you. Anyway, they have found a new iron mine. They believe it. They're not sure on the seams and stuff, and so they're going to, if you want... unfortunately, it is in wild elf land. But
say that last part again.
Hornsby and fill in the name of other person that you sent off to join him have found what seems to be a potentially promising iron mine, but it's in wild elf territory. And so...
yeah, last time I spoke to him, he found a copper mine in wild elf territory. Then we sent him off somewhere else after that.
Right.
Yeah, I think Jack Swade might have gotten an update.
Yeah, we could talk about that, blah, 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 blah. Just start talking over Rad.
Damn great aliens.
All right. He shrugs and he goes, just want to let you know he sent word through the embassy to us. I give it to you. So, other things. Let's see. Do you have any questions on anything going on here? He looks interested.
What's the latest with Dos Equis and the military blokes?
This is going to be he rolls his no shit skill. He's got a good.
Gonna get rid of a round revision if anybody wants it.
Oh, those are so good.
It's right there if you want to take it.
He says, "This is going to be either the maker or breaker of Dos Equis' career. Either way, he's."
I was gonna take it there, Vince. Or you take it. Go ahead.
I just traded it for a Dreamland card.
Fine. Make it or break it for Dos Equis.
He's with the Dreamland card, Vince. If you read it, then you can get if Dreamlands is not being used, discard and redraw. So you can have another card. Just because,
gotcha.
In addition to, so just take another one, and you're happy now. So he says it's going to be.
Now I get to counting.
Cool. It's going to be a make or break career thing for Dos Equis. Not so much whether the magic comes back or not. That's something he has no control over. But how well he handles possible insurrection and stuff here, since this is the capital city of this area. But he reports to people further up the ladder and stuff. So that's kind of one of the problems we've got is if he kills a whole bunch of people and ruthlessly squashes out the rebellion, then that's good for us because he loves us. He loves you. I'm thinking he's about a month away from just filleting the shit out of you, Mr. Rat. But we treat
up and look more interested.
He looks like. He says we've been making sure that every day here is a good one for him. We know exactly what he likes. When he walks through the door and he sits down, he normally gets one of 3 different drinks. All 3 are sitting there, and sometimes he'll just drink all 3. Sometimes he doesn't want to. I mean, we are taking care of this guy as you instructed. So, and also his inner circle, we found out what they like. We're taking care of that. Now, the problem is that if he does win by ruthlessly squashing rebellion and killing a bunch of people, he's killed a whole bunch of innocent people who are just fucking hungry. So that's why we're trying to prevent that as best we can.
Yeah. I think that's why your outreach to give out some food scraps is definitely helping prevent that. Now, since we've already got some blokes bringing things over from St. Louis, what if we were to have them start bringing over sacks of rice or ingredients to make bread?
If you don't mind giving up some of your profits, we could literally turn around the city, but it would take probably 150, 200 gold, and then we could literally feed everybody with, I think it's called Aldi's.
What if? How are you feeling? You know, we could actually start giving out more food, or what if we started something, an initiative for people to turn in their useless crisps for food?
We can sell food for useless crisps, sure, if you want it. I don't know I don't know how it will work in other zones either. We haven't done any testing.
Yeah, it might work in other zones, or we could be giving up some of the profits here to get our hands on them. But
I can make that happen. You want worthless crisps? They want food. I can fucking make that happen for you, sure. Also, I don't know
now,
if you need a workforce anymore. We can get workers now. Because nobody is fucking happy with this, and as the situation continues on, they seem to be losing faith in their government and stuff. That's why I'm thinking revolution will come. If you want any of them plucked out, if you have somebody who can take them to different realms and stuff, because they can't get through the barbershop, obviously. They can't get through your fucking playing cards, obviously. But if you have somebody who can do some sort of specialized shit to get them elsewhere, if you want blacksmiths, if you want fucking whatever profession, I know you've got a lot of people already, and yes, we still need employment for them. I'm saying we can suck up some of the skilled laborers. The problem is they'll leave the kingdom a little weaker as they lose a lot of their skilled middle class to you. I don't know what do you want to happen here? I don't know that. What outcome do you want?
Well, I'd like the magic to come back for starters. And
that's kind of beyond that's beyond my pay grade. That's more your Doc Fulton guys.
Right. Yeah, got a few ideas. Need to noodle on it a bit, but definitely in the meantime, let's keep doing what we're doing to avoid revolution.
Okay, so you want to just focus on that and getting you Chris. I mean, if you can,
don't focus on the Chris yet.
Okay, no Chris.
Let me think about it a little bit.
All right. Well, you figure out what you want to have be the result here, and we will throw our weight against it because we have a lot of people, and honestly, we're rotating them in and out because we're trying to get a good profit for you. That's your whole reason for this place, and McKay, of course, which is great. But we have a lot of workforce, and for just 1 gold per day, you could buy pottery. No, anyway.
That's in a cup of coffee. Yes, I've heard all the advertisements.
He says, depending on what you want to do, we've got a lot of people who are wanting to learn trades and stuff like that. So if you have different kinds of, like if you want to get supplies to have them learn to be weavers or whatever, or, shuttlecock workers or whatever, we can get all that shit set up. We have the people, they want jobs, they're interested in learning shit. So you figure out what you want, you let me know. We'll try to make that happen.
Right.
All right. Then.
Well, me and the lads will retire. We're going to take over the office for a little bit.
Hey, we've got a bedroom prepared for you. We thought you might be back at some point. He has one of the guys who was following Vince around earlier show you guys off. It's like a big room with very small bedrooms around it, or something close to that on your map, whatever works for it.
Sure.
But he takes back the accounting books.
All right. So after he shows us to the room and all that,
He had one of his boys do that.
we'll grab a couple drinks and head back out to the garage area. We'll set up a few chairs for me and the lads to sit down and talk. Since
lads?
there's a lot of me, Suede, and Vince.
Oh, you want a private talkie area?
Yeah. We're gonna just set up, and also while we're doing that, they've got lumber and stuff around because there's construction going on in different places. I'm gonna find like a couple pieces of wood so I can. I'm gonna hack away at it with my carving knife while we're chatting.
I was gonna say, because of the construction, right now there's a cool place on the roof that's been set up. You can get some chairs up there and some drinks and watch the workmen fumble their rolls and shit while you guys are talking in relative quiet.
I think we should go to the garage because I don't think they would expect us to go hang out in the garage.
That's true.
So we go find a place that we can talk without people eavesdropping on us, and I'm going to make some wood carving rolls. I'm going to attempt to carve a cane for Carl, but I need to step away for a moment. I will be right back.
Everybody run away for a little bit and then come back to the computer.
All right.
You want to hear something messed up, Jay? Jay, you want to hear something messed up?
Yes.
I think I've discovered the reason why the landlady is fawning over me so much. I'm the first person that stayed here kind of long term. Everybody else is just a couple of nights.
Right. Yeah, that'll probably do it.
Well, this place is expensive for this area. I think it's like $600 or $800 a month.
Okay.
Which, I mean, I couldn't get a place nearly this nice. I put up a fucking video of the place. It's got...
Yeah, I saw that. It's a nice place.
Mm-hmm. I mean...
Now, I
wouldn't want to raise a family here, but yeah.
So how does it work then at your place? Like, they charge so much per night, but then if you rent for the month, they give you like 40% off or something? Or?
Yeah, I think in this case it's like half off or something, but...
Yeah, I noticed that. I was looking at some houses in the Philippines for Airbnb, and I noticed a lot of people do that, where if you rent it for a month, they'll give you like 40 or 50% off.
Did you like the Airbnb stuff?
Well, we stay at a hotel, but I was thinking the next time we go there, we should just rent a house, and there's some really nice houses we can rent.
Oh, yeah.
And then that way we could actually have like a dining room and a kitchen. We could have our own food. When people want to come over, like the kids want to go to bed, we can still stay up and socialize, but the kids could sleep in the other room, that sort of thing.
Yep.
And, like this one I was looking at had a courtyard, just immaculate landscaping with a nice outdoor. And, if you were to rent it for the month, it would be the equivalent of maybe like $1,000 a month, and really high end place. Like,
right.
It's like in a subdivision where like business owners live, and it's got, guards and security and shit.
Wait a minute. Was I the one who suggested Airbnb to you?
No.
Oh, damn it. I was going to say two good ideas.
No, I had asked you about Airbnb the other day. I was curious how you find your places.
Lovely.
Yeah, we've used Airbnb and the VR Bio for a while. Like if we want to go, like we've rented cabins in Michigan and shit a few times over the years, like doing that.
Cool. All right. And that segment
so
is brought to you by Airbnb. Airbnb for all your Airbnb needs. Sorry. You guys are literally hanging out doing the garage scene where everybody's sitting around drinking beers and Pa's whittling and shit,
All right, by half.
Whittling really fucking well and fast. You want anything cool in the cane? Now, this will be a separate skill roll. I mean, it's going to be a functional cane either way. But if you'd like a new skill of what's the word? The fuck is that going on in the background of somebody's house?
Yeah, my printer started making noise for some reason.
Have you tried hitting it with a cane?
Hold on, let me craft one here real quick. Hold on.
I can dig it.
Well, like engraving or carving.
Yeah,
like
crafting? I'm trying to figure out. There's I guess just carving is the thing. But if you want to try a carving skill to make like cool patterns in it and shit, you could totally do that. It'll give you a new skill.
I thought woodcraft was that because that's
Oh,
what you had me do before. Like when I made my didgeridoo,
Mm-hmm.
and I did carving to make it look like, or woodcraft to make it look a little bit like a tentacle.
Mm-hmm. This would be like a good specialty skill. Like the more skills you have layered into something, the cooler it looks.
Hey, are you making him a functional, like, are you making him a higher end one? Or should I make him more like a clubbing one?
This is a good wandering around cane.
Yeah, it's like a good one to make him a good functional walking stick or cane. So I got it by a half. So
nice.
I figure.
It looks like something that a amateur did very, very well. Keep in mind that if you have like expert and you just barely make it, that's better quality than anything an amateur can put out, like 30, 60, 90 deal.
All right, so you want something else?
Yeah, like carving or whittle. Well, could do a whittling.
I was looking up some terminology, and that's what I got.
Yeah, well, you make some neat marks in it and stuff.
I was gonna say I'll put little Australian things in there.
Australia.
There'll be a little golden wattle. There'll be a kangaroo. There'll be a little koala.
Oh,
Okay.
it'd be a kind of art that you do, like, because right now with carpentry you make good functional shit, like I make a birdhouse or whatever. But if you want to like paint stuff onto it or carve neat shit into it, then you're moving into other shit. The same way that you could like give a cane to somebody who only is able to carve neat little shit. They may not be able to make cane, but they can make it prettier, that kind of thing. So,
Gotcha.
No problem. He's doing that while you guys are watching the workmen who are strutting around, working very badly.
So we still haven't decided, we haven't got enough information yet, Rad, on what the other Doras are up to. We suspected it. We knew they would skim. We don't know what the racket is yet.
All right.
So yeah, we should probably just let them do their thing. You collect your... Now, is that 400 for the golden wattle or is that 400 for Rad?
The way he was describing it, that's how much is coming to me.
Well, right now you're getting everything. I don't know if McKay's getting anything or not.
All McKay wanted out of this was a functional base that could sustain itself.
Done.
That's what you're looking at.
The profits are better in me pocket, and I'll make sure everyone else is taken care of. All they have to do is ask, and I shall be generous.
When you said, I'll make sure everybody else is taken care of, I imagine Vince going, and it shows him being put into a fucking trunk and then guns fired through the trunk.
A bag over his head.
So, anyways, Rad, what are we going to do with Carl? I like him. He's a good guy. He's a contact of mine. He's given me good intel before.
Yep.
He knows some boys who will be happy to take care of stuff outside of the city.
Right.
But they try to keep their noses clean here.
Yeah. I mean, we're definitely invested now, so I think we should make the best of it. I mean, his skill set is definitely in mercenary work, so we could, the initial thoughts are have him do something along those lines, where he could be personal security for us. We could enter the mercenary racket ourselves. We could leverage him to build a relationship with Borington. There's a lot we can do. We have many, many options, far more than we have time to pursue. What are your thoughts?
Why don't we just make him let's just give him something nice and cushy for now. Let him heal up, let him recover, let him figure out what angle he wants to approach us with. Let's see how he heals up. Let's see where he wants to jump in.
He's still technically part of the Thorington Company, yes?
I don't know. We could talk to him, see what he wants to do about that.
I mean, for now, he could just feed us information. I mean, he was in the hospital. I don't think he's been laid off. I think he's just convalescing at the moment, right?
Yeah, but he also said that he'd be willing to do whatever we want him to do.
All right. I picked up on that. So whether that meant he's looking for some side work or whether that meant he was actually leaving Thorrington's. And
I think he's going to be leaving Thorrington's because he can't run, he can't do much. He's not going to be able to walk through the city and keep up with people. Nobody's going to want to hire a mercenary bodyguard with a limp.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely more of a boss now than a muscle.
So I say for the next couple of months, why don't we just give him something cushy, let him sit around here, eat, be healthy.
Yep, let him heal up and see what inspires us.
Hmm?
You know, and obviously he's got his own contacts, so I mean, he can help gather information for us. Just be another person that can help us stay apprised of what's going on in the city.
So what do you think, Carl? Are you up for that? Just sitting back, healing up for the next couple of months. He was hanging out in the garage too.
Oh, is Carl here?
Yeah, Carl's in the garage with us, laying in the bed over there that they brought down.
Good point.
We didn't bring him like into the waddle exactly. We just kind of want to keep him hidden out of the way.
No problem. Yeah, Carl's like, yeah, I can't say no to convalescing for a couple months on something cushy, but yeah, you treat me right, and you make sure me and my family are I'm able to feed and clothe them and stuff. I'm your guy. Yeah, it sounds like you know what you're doing. I have no idea what you're doing, but it sounds like you're up to something. And it doesn't sound like you're against any of the king or the military or anything like that. I have no idea what you guys are up to or what you're doing. I think that if it's not horrible, I'm up for it. I mean, I've got a lot of family and friends in this town, so it would depend on what kind of mercenary or what kind of information you're wanting and stuff. I don't know what. Let me put it in a business term. He says, "What is your mission statement?"
For now, why don't we do this, Rat? Why don't we put him on the payroll? You come in once a week, you collect your paycheck, you go home with your family, you feed them, you take care of them, and we'll contact you in a couple months.
I don't mind. I don't want charity. I'm happy to do some work here. I saw some people guarding the doors. I can do that for my supper. Plus, do you really want to spend that much time with the missus? I mean, now and then a day off is one thing, but you know what I'm saying? I don't want to sound ungrateful or anything, but, a man does need to go somewhere,
Just to go. Got it.
Yeah. So,
right.
Yeah, I'm happy to help door guard.
All right. Well, in the meantime, you can heal up here.
Sure.
And help keep an eye on things. I'll make sure to give him the cane or walking stick thing I made for him.
He appreciates it.
It right there is a kangaroo. I point at it proudly.
All right, so we'll do that with him.
Do you want him to be around while you guys are doing your talk?
We'll go back over
I was going to say, there is a cool place you can hang out on the roof and watch the workmen trying to demolish stuff as others are trying to build it.
I'm okay with him just laying there for now.
Huh?
He can lay there. He just had surgery. He's not going to be too, here's a little extra morphine,
He would love some morphine. He doesn't know what it is, but if you have any, he would definitely take it. He's in he's in considerable pain.
Right, that's what I said. He's not going to be too focused on what we're sitting here whispering in the corner while...
Yeah, I figure we're not set up right next to him. We'll be kind of just beyond earshot kind of thing.
Cool.
Let him go back.
It just shows you pushing him deeper into the garage. He's like,
Oh, I'm fine, really.
In all honesty, I don't mind him dropping a little ease because then he'll slowly get broken into things. Does that make sense?
I see what you're saying. So just close enough for him to pick up words here and there.
Exactly.
What the fuck is another zone?
Cthulhu monster? What?
No, exactly. He'll start hearing the words, and he'll slowly be able to piece it together instead of just having his eyes flash in the back of his head, being like, "Oh." All right.
Right. So okay. So
What other objectives did you have for us, Rad? Here.
That's a
what are
big
what are
question.
your thoughts on getting some food here? You think we should bother with that, or just let them continue with the scraps?
This might sound silly. I would rather not talk about what we want to do here while we're here. I would rather talk about somewhere else while we're here, and then when we're there, we could talk about here.
That's fucking amazing.
Yeah, I like the sound of that. I hear Hawaii's nice this time of year.
Yeah, not
Yeah,
as nice as Jamaica, but I'll take it.
Jamaica, that's right. I wonder if we could find the Jamaica that's got the half-built Death Star on it. Go work on our cannonballs and diving.
I know.
What?
I've been thinking about that. I want to go back there so bad just to see.
Work on our tan a little bit more, steel drums. You know, the kids were definitely taking a shine to us there.
I do. I want to get a new set of steel drums. I don't have any.
Wonder if we got a sailboat around here. We could find Jamaica, I think. Take the Royal Road.
Yeah. All right. So it was,
But we could go check on Sherman.
all right.
So things are going there. We could and then talk about additional things. All right, Bob's your uncle. Stand up and stretch. Shall we get a good night's sleep, or you think we should head there now?
I'm good with going, but why don't you? Do you have a couple coins for Carl just to hold him over for?
Oh yeah.
You hear Carl muttering. It looks like he's fallen asleep or unconscious. And he's like, Uncle? He just like caught that. I don't have an Uncle Bob. He says, he's like doing a weird muttering as he's dreaming.
All right. Do you just want to know? Do you want to go inform the supervisor there to put him on the payroll? And
Yeah, we'll do that.
Keep in mind, there's more going on here that you haven't done yet. Also.
Oh yeah, there's all kinds of stuff going on. Are you talking about in the zone in general, or at the Golden Wattle?
Here, no, yeah. Well, not only here, but in this town, and yeah, you know of at least 4 different plot hooks going on here. So enjoy Jamaica.
We are French. Oh, tickle, tickle.
Oh man, that is amazing.
Yeah. So, we got plenty to choose from.
Yep.
Yeah, we got
the main thing I'd like to focus on right now is avoiding the revolution.
I like that Vincent started to fucking bring up stuff and you guys just kept going. He's like,
And yeah, like Vince said, if we want to gear up and go wandering around the sewers, we can, but
they are disappointing.
They are disappointing.
I just want us to make sure we hit all of our major objectives that we had outlined, and then we could always circle back around.
Well, that's the problem with major objectives is even with those, there's such little time to accomplish them.
So
Now,
I'm trying to get you to focus. What do we need to do next?
well, if we continue discussing it, it sounds like we need to go to another zone.
Do you agree with that security measure?
Yeah, to a degree, it's an abundance of caution, but
It's super fucking hard to spy on you. I will give Swade that. It is super fucking hard to spy on somebody if they go to a different dimension to fucking talk about their plans. That does thwart most of the listening devices that I know.
but at the same time, most of the people we're worried about can follow us to those other dimensions.
That you're worried
Like that
about
before.
currently, yes.
But you know, all I got to say is look how fast the ship is sinking. You know, from all the other loose lips for the last few years.
Yeah, I'm just gonna have to fucking say, Swade, take a card. Yeah, it's. I would say that the loose lips are sucking the water out of the ocean and spitting it into the ship at this point to aid with its. Yeah, I can't really find fault in anything Swade said there. So which zone would you like to go visit?
Well, let's first we'll inform Zyke that Carl's on the payroll. He's
Yes,
gonna
sir.
be paid the same amount as like another senior security guard type thing would be paid.
A senior security guard?
How much are security guards paid?
He discusses figures and stuff. He's like, he's a senior security guard just starting out.
What did he do with the other companies, Wade? Wasn't he one of the supervisors or bosses or something over there?
I nod.
I guess senior then. He goes, okay.
He's
No
going to help
worries.
keep an eye on things.
All right, he's happy to do that. Okay, and cut to.
We go to Shermer.
Right, how do you want to get there? And
Clem's.
Clem's. Clem's doesn't go to Shermer, so you go into the Clem's, and Clem goes, "Howdy, what can I do you for?"
I sit down in the chair.
Hey,
Cocktail and a shave.
where are you going back to?
Shermer, St. Louis.
He says, "I'm sorry, I don't recognize that destination." Give me
St. Louis?
Them as well?
Yes.
Hot towels are put over everybody's face and eyes and eventually taken back off. Shave, says Clem.
Hi, Clem. I stand up and look around.
No
Not
problem.
so fast there, Rad. I want to try something.
What do I see, Logan?
It looks like a Clem's. It could be in St. Louis. St. Louis doesn't, unless you're like near one of their landmarks, it looks like a lot of
I mean,
other
I've been here
buildings.
before. Does it look like the one
Oh,
I've
yeah.
been to?
Yeah. You look out the window. It's a big fucking window. You're like, yeah, I think it's St. Louis. Ooh, black people. Neat.
So,
Cool.
let's try something here.
You're hoping for Morgan Freeman, but he never writes. He never calls.
All right, you were saying, Jack?
Yeah, I need 2 minutes here. Can I get a haircut, Clem?
Certainly. What style would you like?
I want to look exactly like him, and I point at Raslin Rad.
Describe Wrestling Rad's hairstyle.
Sort of like the kind of the surfer hairstyle, kind of the Owen Wilson kind of thing.
Kind of a dirty blonde type deal.
Yeah, like in
like
that
a
picture.
picture.
It's kind of long, almost to my shoulders. It looks kind of like a surfer bum almost.
Okay, you now have that hairstyle. The faces and stuff is unchanged. Take a card for experimentation.
We got to work on that protocol there, Rad.
That protocol? You talking about how to ask Clem the question, or
No.
talking about my hair treatment? Or,
I go back to my original do. Nah, I like the other style better. Thanks, Clem.
He switches it back. He does show you in mirrors and stuff. He has normal barbershop paraphernalia you'd expect to find in a barbershop.
What does Clem look like?
Clem looks like an old bald guy with white mutton chops. You familiar with what mutton chops are?
Yeah, pretty much on the side of your chin.
Yeah, they're like extended sideburns with an attitude and look a little bit puffy. He kind of reminds you of somebody who could have come out of the Old West, although nowadays also where those guys, hipsters and stuff, sometimes have that kind of hairstyle. Friendly looking, a little bit hefty, not too much. Pleasant demeanor. Yeah. Give me smell rolls, by the way. Everybody, Cam. Clem is on fire. No, I'm kidding. All right.
Oh my god, I actually made it.
Wow.
oh, me too.
Wow. Wow.
I
Those
was
of
not
you who made
expecting
it notice that Clem's breath has absolutely no smell to it. One of
Is
those
this
really-
new, or did he used to smell like booze or something?
No. Now that you think about it, he's never had smell on his breath. It's just one of those little weird things that after a while you go, Huh.
All right.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So,
What weird shit.
While Jack is talking and changing his hairstyle, I'm looking around the place real closely for like any kind of bugs or listening devices, anything like that.
It would really help. Give me a security systems lore. Roll at plus 30% to know something.
You can learn something.
For plus 30, do I just type in 30 or do I have to put the plus?
I would recommend just hitting the roll and then eyeballing it.
All right.
Easier.
That's easier.
Cool. So not quite. Yeah. Wrestling is like on his hands and knees, like looking at the boards and crawling around and stuff.
No bugs in here. I think the place is clean.
I have a copy of the Clem's blueprints if you want them.
Do the blueprints include bug devices?
No.
You were about to say something clever?
Do you have emtophobia? It's the fear of bugs.
They make strange noises for a while, like old people do.
You know what I was talking about, Rad, isn't there a back room with certain protocols that might be able to be changed? That's what I'm talking about.
Yep. Oh, no,
Howdy, what can I do you for? Says Clem.
You have a great day, Clem.
He smiles and nods.
Is this the one, the back room that has the void in it, or is that the one in the embassy?
Embassy has one. Pretty sure.
Right. So, at this point, we just have to try.
Why don't you just open the back door and look in the back room?
No, I mean as far as trying different commands.
Yeah. Do we want
So
to
the
mess
back room, is there a door or is it open?
There's a door.
Okay, so open the door.
Holy Christ, that is the scariest fucking eternal pit void thing you've ever seen in your life, aside from the air one. Close it up again.
I gesture at it and look impressed.
Awesome. I say.
Close the door. Yeah, so this one's got one too.
Should
Does
we
it
wait?
look the same? Is it the same color and everything?
Yeah.
Or is there any sound coming out of it?
Not yet. I mean,
Right, so-
you haven't thrown Vince into it yet, so until you do, you.
Should I try my next stage of experimentation there, Rad?
Oh,
Yeah, that's what I thought you meant by back room. I thought we were looking for a possible other back room.
Let's see.
Nudge, nudge, wink, wink. I nudge Clem as I say that.
Howdy, what can I do you for? You know, see, whenever he says that, and he says that, Vince, about every 30 seconds, which is annoying as fuck to hang out in here, he always waves exactly the same way. Sorry, Jay, go ahead.
No.
What if we try to move Clem? Like,
Hey, Clem, stand over here for a second.
Howdy, what can I do you for?
Hey, come stand here for a second.
See if we can get him to just look out the window
Howdy,
for a while.
What can I do you for?
Hey, can you look out the window with me here for a second, Clem? What's this over here?
Howdy, what can I do you for?
what if you just moved him?
Is he like standing behind one of the chairs then?
Yeah.
Okay, so he doesn't move from that.
Yeah, so he'll walk around while he's putting on like hot towels and stuff, so
Okay.
he can move. But you guys are thinking, let's see, which time period is there? Is everybody from basically modern or later time?
Later.
Everybody, give me an evidence analysis roll.
Yep, I have.
Nope.
Yep.
Those who make it think that Clem is a lot like one of those NPCs in the kind of lame video game that always says the same shit, you know, and always goes in the same places and shit. It's just like that.
Right.
Weird.
Now, my
Not
theory
always.
is-
I've seen him do other things.
Sometimes.
Oh.
He's actually followed me around a city once.
Howdy, what can I do you for?
Howdy.
He says, howdy, what can I do you for? So if you say howdy to him, he says it right away. So you want to make him
I'm
say
going to want to take, just so you know, Rad, let's go do about our business. Or we could talk here, I guess. And then I want to...
Talking here is super annoying. Super duper annoying. Every 30 seconds getting interrupted.
Yeah, who's going to bug this room and just listen to that 24/7?
There are the kind of people who would do it, believe me.
But,
you are the kind of people who would fucking do it. Don't even play coy with me.
All right. So what do we want to achieve here? I know we had some business to tend to.
Are you guys wanting to go to some
we
other
can
place
finish
to
talking
talk?
about what we want to achieve in the other place we were just in.
Okay. So what do we want to do there?
Well, we want to stave off revolution.
Right.
What can I do you for?
Keep the place from getting burned down.
Right.
That's the main thing. The other thing is less likely, but I know the rest of the blokes are trying to deal with them death claws. We could try to find out if anybody can give us any useful information about the death claws, so the other blokes can go deal with that. And then the other thing is if we want to go try to locate Higgins' pals that disappeared, but that would require exploring the sewers of disappointment, most likely.
Right.
But who knows if we have time for that, really. So there's the major thing there, and then there's our other major objectives, which are here with Clem's. I wait.
Right.
Howdy, what can I do you for?
What can I do you for?
If I'm going to be doing that
Howdy,
stuff,
what can I do you for?
I don't want to do it at one that we're using for our major trafficking.
Okay, we could go back to the embassy and do some experimenting there. That's where I did my prior experimenting.
Yeah, nobody ever uses that one. That'd be fine.
Well, I don't know of any other ones that are not used.
Right.
What happens if you get rid of a Clem? Like, let's just say if a Clem were to, let's say, die, would they...
I think they come back in a couple days.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
he could be killed, but he can be regenerated, kind of like along with the Clems.
Howdy, what can I do you for?
Howdy.
Howdy, what can I do you for?
Howdy.
Howdy, what can I do you for?
Or we could try
Howdy, what can I do you for?
Howdy.
Howdy, what can I do you for?
No. All right.
That's right. Yeah, because we think we're going to get a little stymied there from what we thought.
Mm-hmm. That was one of our other major...
Yeah, that's a big one, though.
I don't think that'll go anywhere.
Contacts here?
Say again?
Do you need to check in with any kind of contacts or anything like that going on here?
Well, we got the doors that are handling the booze trade here. We could check on them. We were in the process of acquiring a liquor store.
Quick
Quick
interruption, sorry. Are you guys sitting in the barber chairs talking?
No, I'm just standing. I don't know if Swade or Vince have got
Probably sitting there.
You're sitting in the barber chair?
Probably.
All right. You are going up. Are you sitting in the barber chair, Vince?
Sure.
You two are now sitting in somebody's lap. All four barber chairs are full up. The people look at you guys like, the fuck?
Do I recognize them?
Yeah, they're some of the doors from that you've seen at the embassy. And
Yeah, rush hour.
Fancy meeting you here.
Yeah, I get up.
Yeah, me too.
the other guy just pushes Vince, just straight arms him off of his lap. Like,
Top of the morning to you, blogs.
you guys are hanging out in a barber shop? He says. It's fucking dangerous as shit. We're gonna get out of here because sometimes these places are watching shit. They're putting on masks and like checking outside, and then they like, see ya, bye, Mister Red, and they fucking hurry off wearing masks and shit. All of them are wearing like masks and caps and dark glasses and shit, like that, and they're pretty much just working on getting out of there. So I begin singing rousing song.
Barbershop quartet.
Oh, okay.
Oh my goodness, I've never heard your voice go that high.
Yeah, you notice all of them have like gloves as well. It looks like they're pretty much dressed for this zone, And it's like, when I say mask, I'm talking like bandanas around their necks. They pretty much, like, when they put those up, they look like street thugs that you'd expect to see. And they scurry out quick, and they're pretty much dispersing in different directions. Give me tactics rolls.
Spy lore?
Sure, I'll take spy lore instead.
Ooh, nice.
Is that a fucking crit, Mr. Bond?
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah. According to Suede, he's like, nah.
I used to care about things like that.
No problem. Those who made their spy lore, yeah, they're definitely fucking. They are probably fixer type spies, like we go and fix things or fetch things or whatever. But these guys are doing clever shit. I mean, a mask. This is beyond what any PC has ever done. Just in that. Just putting something over their face before they potentially do anything illegal or that they don't want anybody else to know. This is beyond what the PCs are capable of doing. So it is impressive just in that.
Okay. So, Brad, I need you to focus here. What is one thing that you have to accomplish anything here right now, today?
In this zone, we don't have to. The only thing we need to do or want to do here is check on things. The main reason we are here right now is because you didn't want to continue talking about the other place there.
I'm looking for, I know we had a list and we discussed some things. What is it we really want to resolve right now here?
The stuff we really want
I understand we got to take a long travel.
One of the guys with
really
the mask on
all
comes
kind
running
of-
back in, and he sits on the chair, and Clem's like, what can I do you for? He goes, I tell him to shave, embassy. And Clem puts it,